Okay, the blood cry. Why the world must not ignore Nigeria. And this is gonna be a bitter cola section as well. It's been a while that I've come to have a program like this, but it gets to a stage that we should not, I could not be able to ignore that stupid things that is going on in my country. Okay, for the fact that I'm a citizen of America, I'm also a citizen of Nigeria. So I'm an African American. Welcome to this night broadcast. My time right now is almost 10 p.m. because the time change. Tó bá jẹ́ ní àná ni, á jẹ́ time mi á jẹ́ like what is it called? Ó máa jẹ́ bí to 11 báyìí. Yeah. So gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn tẹ́ bá darapọ̀ mọ́ mi, mo fẹ́ analyse àwọn nǹkan kéékèèké kan. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ mo máa share screen mi nísìnyí. Àwọn kan àwa kan á wò wípé nǹkan tí Trump sọ, àwọn kan twist ẹ̀. Àwọn kan sọ pé nígbà tán kà á pé wọ́n sọ pé òun fẹ́ wá invade Nàìjíríà, pé Trump ń bọ̀ wá kó Nàìjíríà lẹ́rú. Amẹ́ríkà máa wá jí mineral resources, wọ́n máa wá kó epo, wọ́n máa wá kó gold, wọ́n máa wá many things. Oríṣiríṣi. There's a lot of things going on that people were saying. Maybe for the fact that some people see it like, okay, it might be there's political tones underneath or whatever you think. And that is why I want to set my own record straight, what I think, my opinion, and the research that I made concerning this. Ìyá mi, ṣé àlàáfíà lẹ wà ìyá mi? Ojú ò ní tì yín. So níbi tí ìyá mi yìí náà ti tó ń gbé yìí, tán ń pe ibẹ̀ yẹn ní ara United Kingdom ni, but níbi tiwọn Glasgow ni. Mo dẹ̀ rò pé ó dà pé Glasgow yẹn ni Máyégún wà. Tí n bá correct my dear, tí n bá wrong ẹ correct me. Wọ́n ní parliament tiwọn, wọ́n ní èdè tán ń sọ torí I've been there. Èdè wọn, nǹkan tán ń ṣe nínú Glasgow yẹn dẹ̀ yàtọ̀, but United Kingdom náà pera wọn. Now ibẹ̀ yẹn kọ́ ni mò ń lọ sí. Ṣé ẹ rí òun náà sọ wọ́n ní yes sir. Mo kàn fẹ́ ibi tí mò ń lọ, ibi tí mò ń yà ló dàbí pé ó pọ̀, ẹ má bínú. Now the cry, if you see the topic, the blood cry. So the world should not look away. When I say the world should not look away from Nigeria, I know what I'm saying. Now, in your own opinion, tí n bá sọ̀rọ̀ tán, tí n bá fi àwọn analysis tèmi jáde, bó bá ṣe rí lójú tiẹ̀ kí ìwọ náà wò. Now mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí o mọ ibi tó ti join mi. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kó béèrè question tí n bá sọ̀rọ̀ lọ, so that ká lè jọ ṣe program. If you have anything that you want to tackle me, I'm ready to answer you. But I'm not here for any argument, blind, stupid things. I'm here for facts, okay? Now I want to share this information with us. Number one thing is this. This is what I want to share with us. Okay. Hopefully this is gonna be able to share. I don't know, but I will try. You see, Mm. Hmm. That's weird. Ó ní nǹkan kan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe, mi ò rí kiní yẹn. Hmm. That's weird. How do I do this? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Mi ò lè dùn mí ṣá. Nítorí pé ó yẹ kí ó ní bó ṣe yẹ kí n ṣe but mi ò rí kiní yẹn o. Okay, mo ti rí, mo ti rí. Good. Màá share screen pẹ̀lú ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi nísìnyí. I want to see. If you see it, let me know. Okay. Now, tẹ bá wo ojú ìwòran yìí, mo lọ sórí ẹ̀rọ kan tó ń pè ní ChatGPT. Mo wá fi nǹkan tí Trump tó sọ, mo wá fi sí orí ẹ̀. Nǹkan tí Trump sọ leléyìí. Nǹkan tí Trump sọ leléyìí. Mo fi sí orí ẹ̀, òun lẹ̀ ń wò yẹn. Nǹkan tí Trump sọ ni wípé Christian is facing an external threat in Nigeria. Thousands Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. But that is the least of it. When Christians or any such group is slaughtered like happening in Nigeria, 3,000, 1,000 failures worldwide, something must be done. I am asking the Congressman Rally Moore, together with the Chairman Tonkool and House of Appropriate Committee, immediately look into this matter and report back to me. He took it upon himself. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria, and numerous other countries will stand ready, willing and able to save our great Christian population around the world. Ó wá forúkọ ẹ̀ síbẹ̀, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. Mo wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ChatGPT, mo ní, can you break this down for me? Ó ní of course. Let's go through this message by line, explain the simple, clear sentence you can understand, talk about the easily during your life now. Ó ní free breakdown, ó ní Christian is facing the existing threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians have been killed. Meaning Christian in Nigeria, is danger Christian being killed and attacked, losing life because of their faith. Number two, radical Islamists tó sọ nípa ẹ̀, ó ṣàlàyé ẹ̀, meaning the blasphemy extreme Islamic group of carrying out this killing is not referring to all Muslims but to radical group using violence. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n highlight ibẹ̀ yẹn. So ẹ̀yin Muslim tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń pera yín tí àwa tá a jẹ́ Mùsùlùmí, because myself that is talking to you right now, I Baba Aropore, am a Muslim by birth, okay? Nílé tá a ti bí èmi, ìyá Bákàrè, ìyá màmá Muinat, Muslim náà làwọn by birth. Ilé tán ti bí mi, ìyá tó bí ìyá mi, ó ń lọ sí Catholic Church. Ọkọ ìyá ìyá mi yẹn, Ògún ń bọ̀, wọ́n ń pè é lógun Ṣakin. Now, àkọ́bí wọn, ó ń ṣe Muslim. Bàbá tó wá bí èmi gangan, Mùsùlùmí ni. Now, ibẹ̀ yẹn kọ́ ni mò ń lọ sí. Now I am ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa please if you have any if you want to tackle me the phone is on you can tackle me it's okay. Now so but Donald J. Trump is talking about is blaming the extremist Islamic group for carrying out these killings. He's not referring to all Muslims, but to radical group using violence. Now, the question we should ask ourselves, is it true or false? A máa rókè lọ́kàn gẹ́gẹ́ bí Mùsùlùmí torí videos táwa ń rí, evidence táwa ní lọ́wọ́ ni wípé àwọn arábì tán bá ti ń pa ènìyàn, nǹkan tá a máa ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu wọn ni wípé Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ìtumọ̀ Allahu Akbar ni pé ẹ gbé Ọlọ́run tóbi tán bá ti ń pa àwọn èèyàn. Nǹkan témi máa ń gbọ́, mi ò mọ nǹkan tíwọ ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu wọn, nǹkan témi máa ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu wọn nìyẹn. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀síwájú. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. The meaning is the Speaker Donald J. Trump is declaring Nigeria should be officially recognized by the US government as a country where there is several religious persecution, especially against Christians. Number 4, but that is not the least. À ń break nǹkan tí Donald J. Trump sọ. Declaring Nigeria as a country of concern is only a small step. The problem is much bigger. Now, ibi tó ti wá fẹ́ máa kan èmi àti ẹ̀yin nìyẹn. Much bigger. What does that mean by much bigger? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ló fẹ́ much bigger nípa ẹ̀? Now, and so on, so on, so on, so on. Now United States whatever gbogbo analysis yẹn ó jẹ́ bí 9. Ó dẹ̀ sign ẹ̀, meaning the statement is signed and though it was made by Donald J. Trump while he was president. Now let me now say this. Summary in simple time. Many Christian Nigerians being killed. The situation is so serious that Nigeria should be officially recognized as a dangerous place of Christian. The speaker is a US no, the 4-1, the speaker called US leader to take action, and if it is a killing, the US should not ignore that happening and should help protect Christian and all that. Now, mo wá sọ fún yín pé kí ni ìtumọ̀, mo wá fi síbẹ̀ ni what is the meaning of country in particular concern? Mo wá break ẹ̀ fún mi. Ó ní excellent question tó ní. Ó ní CPC means that is country of particular concern. This is the US government designating US a department state under the International Religion Freedom Act, IRFA. When country labeled as country of particular concern, it means US government believe that the country government lead allow committing serious violence of religion freedom such as killing, imprisonment and persecution because of faith. Is this true or false? Ṣé lóòótọ́ leléyìí? Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ join, ṣé nǹkan tó wà ńbẹ̀ yẹn nínú comment section, ṣé nǹkan tí mo kà yìí ṣé lóòótọ́ ni ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà àbí kò ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ni ìtumọ̀ CPC, ìyẹn country of particular concern? Kí ni ìtumọ̀? Ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ ni wípé òun ní such as killing, imprisonment or persecution because of faith. Tá bá ní ká máa ka nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, a ní kúrò ńbí. Àwọn kan ní àwọn ń pa Mùsùlùmí, wo bí bọ́n ṣe ń ṣe leléyìí. Ní 91, mother-in-law tèmi wọ́n sá kolobá ní kúrò ní òkè ọya ni, wọ́n sá kúrò ńbẹ̀ ni. Wọ́n sá kúrò ńbẹ̀ ni. Ẹni tí ó bá ní mo parọ́, ẹ pè wọlé ká jọ sọ́. Eléyìí òótọ́ ó fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀. What happen when country is put on a CPC list? Kí ló lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sí orílẹ̀-èdè tí wọ́n bá fi sí CPC list báyìí? Báwo ló ṣe kàn wá? mo tún béèrè lọ́wọ́ ChatGPT, ó sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́. Wọ́n á block AIDS, kò ní sí financial benefit, wọ́n lè cut global attention, wọ́n lè cut military and all that thing, UN lè má bá wọn ṣe mọ́, then UN wọ́n á tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí there's a lot of things that will happen now. So nítorí pé Nàìjíríà ti wá wà ní CPC báyìí, nǹkan tó máa wá ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ni wípé kí ló lè jẹ́ consequence fún ọmọ ìlú, fún àwọn elite ìlú yẹn? Kí ló wá fà á? The question is that kí ló fà á nísìnyí tí èèyàn bíi Gumi tó lọ sí Saudi Arabia lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí, tán deport ẹ̀ pé àwọn fúnra sí i pé ó wà ní under terrorist watch. Ní nǹkan bí ọdún mélòó kan sẹ́yìn nígbà tí Buhari wà ńbẹ̀ tó invite gbogbo àwọn tó wù ú kó máa bọ̀, lẹ́yìn ìgbà tán wá tán, ṣé ẹ gbàgbé, ẹ máa ká ọ̀rọ̀ mi o, wọ́n mú àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí yìí, àwọn extremist yìí, wọ́n dá aṣọ ẹbí fún wọn, wọ́n kó wọn sí school, wọ́n ń ṣe graduation fún ẹni tó ti pààyàn. Ẹ má de ọ̀rọ̀ mi o. Ẹ̀yin rò pé ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú Nàìjíríà àbẹ̀yin pastor, àbí kí n sọ pé àwa pastor, ẹ̀yin rò pé ẹ gbọ́n títí tó fi dé orí bàbá wa Adébóyè? Ṣé ẹ rí consequence CPC yìí, ó máa ní agbára gan. Ìdí ni wípé àtowó yín àti nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ ti jí pamọ́, tẹ́ ẹ ti fi owó ìdámẹ́wàá kó pamọ́, tẹ́ ẹ dákẹ́ tán pa Deborah tẹ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀, àti eléyìí táwọn òkè ọya tán ba ayé àwọn ọmọ wọn jẹ́, tán sọ wọ́n di àlùmọ́ǹjìrí tẹ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀, okay? Àti eléyìí tí Gumi ṣe tó lọ ń bá àwọn people wọn nínú igbó ńgbà yẹn láyé ìgbà Buhari, tán ṣe pé wọn ò rí wọn, tán bẹ́ ṣe ń pa Muslim, tán ń pa everybody, anything moving tán ń pa á. Ẹ̀yin rò pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ wà ní ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin, Akpabio sọ ní 3 weeks ago, ó ní honourable senators, if you allow this say nay and you just say no, báwo ni ṣe ń ṣe gbà pé kán wá bá àwọn colleague wọn bóyá sọ nìyẹn ní Amẹ́ríkà. Ní ọdún mélòó kan sẹ́yìn, Fani Káyọ̀dé àti Reno Omokri, mo lè gbé tweet wọn jáde báyìí tó ń sọ, tó ń kígbe tantantantan, wọ́n ti ń pààyàn o, wọ́n ti fẹ́ pààyàn tán o, wọ́n ti ń ṣe genocide o. Nígbà tí Tinubu débẹ̀ ńsìn, tó ń wá ipò lọ́wọ́ Tinubu, wọ́n yẹnu padà, wọ́n ní ká máa, wọ́n ní kò sí genocide, wọ́n ní kinní kan. Ẹ rí i pé Reno Omokri tẹ́ ó fà tẹ́tẹ́ di lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta nígbà tó gbé ìkan lára àwọn mayor wá sí, tíyẹn tú láṣìírí rẹ́kẹrẹ́kẹ́. Ẹ̀yin tí, ṣé rí ẹ̀yin tí wọ́n ń pọ́n irọ́ léwé fún, tẹ́ ẹ kàn ń fọ́gi mọ́ Donald Trump lórí, tẹ́ ẹ sọ pé ó fẹ́ wá invade, kò sọ pé ó ní if you need to act now, nǹkan tó sọ nìyẹn, you need to act fast, nǹkan tó sọ nìyẹn. Èmi ò lọ́wọ́ sí pé kí Amẹ́ríkà kó wá invade orílẹ̀-èdè mi. But the thing is this, àtìgbà tó ti ń pa èèyàn, ìgbà tí Buhari wà ńbẹ̀, ṣé ẹ mọ owó tó gbé fún àwọn Méjì Àlà, ṣé ẹ gbàgbé? Arẹwà wọ́n ṣẹ̀ wá lọ kóra wọn lọ sékòó lánàá òde yìí, wọ́n lọ ń ṣèpàdé ní Arise News, ojú gbà mí tì fún Arise, kí lorúkọ chairman Arise ni? Ẹni kan lọ, wọ́n mọ problem ìlú, wọ́n mọ problem, wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn. Now àwọn Niger, wọ́n ti bọ́dà àwọn pé wọn ò gbọdọ̀ rí agbésùmọ̀mí kankan kó wá láti Nàìjíríà síbẹ̀ yẹn. Wọ́n ti bọ́dà àwọn tí mò ń sọ fún yín lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Now ẹ jẹ́ ká wá tún break it down díẹ̀ sí. ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú wa ẹni tó ṣu ó gbàgbé ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tó bá ti kó kì í gbàgbé o. Ẹ má la igi mọ́ orí Trump rárá. Trump kọ́ ló sọ pé kí Nàìjíríà kó dà bó ṣe dà yìí, kò ń ṣe Trump o. This has nothing to do with Trump. It is we, àwa fún alára wa la ní ìṣòro. A dẹ̀ gbúdọ̀ wò dáadáa wípé mo wá fẹ́ béèrè question kan, bàbá mi Waziri mo rí yín, èèyàn mi dáadáa. Tí Trump tí ò bá sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n á sì máa pààyàn lọ àbí? Tí Trump tí ò bá sọ̀rọ̀, àwọn North, Gumi and co wọn ò ní pariwo àbí? Tí Trump tí ò bá sọ̀rọ̀, òun ò ní mọ̀ pé ó yẹ ká lọ crush àwọn agbésùnmọ̀mí wọ̀nyí àbí? Tí Trump tí ò bá sọ̀rọ̀, wọn ò ní mọ̀ wípé ó yẹ kí àwọn army tó ń jà fún olórílẹ̀-èdè army Nàìjíríà bọ́n ṣe ń pa wọ́n pakúpa. Ẹ rò pé inú àwọn òbí àwọn tó ń pa àwọn army tó ń pa yẹn, ẹ rò pé inú wọn máa dùn ni? So àwọn kan wá jáde nísìnyí, wọ́n ń fọ́gi mọ́ orí Trump, wọ́n ní ó fẹ́ wá kórè oko wọn ni, ó fẹ́ wá ẹ dúró ná. Mo fẹ́ béèrè kinní kan lọ́wọ́ yín bàbá mi Waziri Jinadu, ìyá mi Muinat. Mélòó nínú èmi àti ẹ̀yin tá a ti wá gold tán wà àti epo tán wà, ọ̀nà tó wà ní ìlú mi mélòó lọ̀nà tó fi ṣe? Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ máa dáhùn. Gold tán wà ń Sàǹfàrà tán fi aeroplane kó lọ, báwo ló ṣe wá jẹ́ pé Trump ló ṣe wá fẹ́ kó ń sìn? I don't know, because mi mọ ìtumọ̀ nǹkan táwọn èèyàn sọ. Trump has never said that pé òun fẹ́ wá invade. Ó ní kó bọ́ into action pé ó gbọ́dọ̀ stop ẹ̀, nǹkan tó sọ nìyẹn. Ó ní bí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ òun wá sọ wípé kí àwọn army kan dá sí i. So listen to this man, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ nǹkan tí màá ní sọ. Wọ́n kọ àwọn orúkọ kan nígbà kan, àwọn orúkọ tó ń kọ Dubai náà ti kọ́. Buhari dẹ̀ jókòó lé orúkọ yẹn.
It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in, we can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban, they think about the Mujahideens, and they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care, as long as at the end of the day there's Sharia and there is whatever thing they have in their head and they want to achieve. So these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians. You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012. Yeah. And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. And they mention names. I mean, I can't come on air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know. Presently in government. That the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now. Some of them are in the Senate. Some of them.
Ẹni tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ Boko Haram, gómìnà ni. He's a governor. Ó dẹ̀ rìn kiri. Fálànà sọ. Ara àwọn èèyàn ṣé Mujaitu àbí obìnrin yẹn ó sọ. Mi ò kàn mọ ibi tí fídíò yẹn wà ní. That guy is walking freely. He's walking freely. Now, to now add ipe America wá sọ̀rọ̀. Mo wá ṣé Donald Trump nìkan ló sọ̀rọ̀ ni? This is Europe. Torí pé you just hate Donald Trump. O kàn hate tiẹ̀. Olóòótọ́ kì í lẹ́ni.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to bring attention to the tragedy Christians in Nigeria are experiencing. The deadly terrorist organization Boko Haram is trying to eliminate the Christian faith from Nigeria. This is the same terrorist group that kidnapped dozens of young schoolgirls and burned innocent civilians alive in cages. According to reports, over 3.5 million people have been forced to flee their homes. 3 churches are destroyed every single day. 7,000 Christians were massacred this year alone, and the faithful must now meet in secret or in burnt-out sanctuaries. Sadly, the world is turning a blind eye to the plight of Christians in Nigeria. There are no embedded journalists covering the violence. There are not daily updates. Politicians around the world are not asked questions about how they will respond. We cannot ignore this violence and tragic loss of life. We must speak out and shine a light on what's happening so that people can donate to relief efforts and provide support to those displaced by violence. To my brothers and sisters in Christ, we know you know the power of prayer. We will not forget you. Stay strong. Keep the faith. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to bring attention to the tragedy Christians in Nigeria are experiencing. The deadly terrorist organization Boko Haram is trying to...
That is not Trump. That is not Trump. Just because Trump said that o ò lè jẹ́ ọkùnrin kó lọ máa fọ́kùnrin, inú ń bí ẹ, obìnrin ò lè máa fóbìnrin, òun dẹ̀ lè gbà kọ́ ẹ máa ṣẹ́ oyún. Just because of that, o kàn hate ẹ̀. See, let me tell you, Trump òun nìkan kọ́ ló act. America ń set 100 years to come nílùú wọn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ikú yìí wọ́n ti ń pa èèyàn ní Nàìjíríà, ó ti wá dé góńgó. Instead of for you guys to be thanking that man, then ẹ wá mọ̀ the worst part tó wá worst jù is somebody like Wike tó lọ fi $1 tó kọ pé kọ́mọ òun ra ilé ní $1 ní Florida. Èmi dẹ̀ ń kìlọ̀ fún ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Tinubu, ẹni tójú ẹ̀ yọ bọ́ọ̀lẹ̀ tí ò fọ́, kó má jẹ́ káwọn guys wọ̀nyẹn fọ́ ojú mi pátápátá, because they don't have any good thing to offer. Bí Tinubu ṣe ń gbìyànjú tó, ẹ wo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́nu ìgbà tó sáré pé ó fẹ́ ṣe tax reform, ẹ wo báwọn Fúlàní yẹn ṣe parapọ̀ bíi eṣú tó ń ṣùgbó, tó ń pariwo kiri, tó ń fò kiri. Lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí ní trade fair, kí lorúkọ ẹ̀, Kwankwaso àtàwọn kan, wọ́n dẹ̀ fò wá sí Èkó. That is why they call themselves born to rule. Wọ́n mọ plan wọn, wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe. Wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. Yorùbá ni ò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. And that is why nígbà tí Tinubu fẹ́ wá sí president tó ń ṣubú, tó ń ṣe, tán ló ń tọ̀bára, ṣé ó tọ̀bára mọ́ báyìí? Ṣé ó tún ṣubú mọ́? Politics ni gbogbo ẹ̀. Mo sọ fún yín báyìí pé kò sí nǹkan tó ṣe é kò lè kú. Ẹ̀gbọ́n, o ò dẹ̀ ní kú. Ṣé o rí ọdún mẹ́jọ tó ń wò yẹn? Gbàgbé ọdún mẹ́jọ. Devolution of power before it is too late. Devolution of power. Because kí n mú díẹ̀ sí, òun ló bayé Jonathan jẹ́. Now, ṣé kí n wá fún yín ní another shocker? All this elite tán sá kiri sí, tán sá kiri, ìdí ni wípé owó hospital tẹ́ ẹ kó jẹ, ó wà lọ́wọ́ America, ó wà lọ́wọ́ European Union. Owó màmá, ìyá mi tẹ́ ẹ ti gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé, wọ́n mọ̀ bí tẹ́ ẹ kó sí. Owó tèmi tó wà lọ́rùn yín, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń yọ ní báǹkì mi lọ́sẹ̀ẹ̀sẹ̀, àti ẹrù tẹ́ ẹ gbélé àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà lórí tí wọ́n ń ra dátà tí dátà yẹn á dédé rá, gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ máa pọ̀. That country is under CPC. Ó ti wà ní a country of particular concern. Kò sí ọgbọ́n tẹ́ ẹ lè ta sí. Gbogbo àwọn tẹ́ ẹ lọ, ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá mọ̀nà tẹlifíṣàn ńsìn. Ẹ jẹ́ kí Arise TV sí mi, ẹ jẹ́ kí AIT sí mi, ẹ jẹ́ kí Channels sí mi. Àwọn rédíò gbogbo ẹ̀ ń sponsor nítorí pé owó tẹ́ ẹ ti kó nílé. Wo bí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń ṣèdí narrative nǹkan tí Trump sọ pé ó lóun fẹ́ wá invade, òun fẹ́ wá kó kinní, ó ní kẹ́ ẹ stop ikú pípa. So kí ló wá ṣòro ní pé kẹ́ ẹ stop ẹ̀? níbo làwọn tó ń pààyàn ti ríbọn níbo ni Gumi who is Gumi gangan pàápàá ta ni Gumi pera ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe bàjọba Jonathan jẹ́ ẹ rò wípé ẹ ṣe ti Tinubu bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ wàá mú jẹ ẹ ti fèèlì ẹ ti fèèlì ẹ ti fèèlì ṣùgbọ́n kẹ̀gbọ́n náà kó má fèèlì tó bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ fèèlì òun fúnra ẹ̀ ló nira ẹ̀ ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tí Gumi sọ ń bíbá ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin gan ẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ bà yín ìjọba Jonathan wọ́n mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ sọná síjọba Jonathan ni Ọlọ́run ló dẹ̀ rẹ́ bímọ torí àpòká nígbà yẹn mo mọ̀ ipe Jonathan yẹn àwọn pípò yìí wọn ò ní jẹ́ kó ṣàṣeyọrí ìdí ni wípé ó fẹ́ gba second term sí ibi tó and ìdí nìyẹn tí mi dẹ̀ fi láìkí Obama dọ̀la ọkùnrin yẹn mi lè láìkí ẹ̀ ìwọ lè láìkí ẹ̀ mi lè láìkí ẹ̀ láyéláyé ó lọ sí ìlú ẹ̀ kí ló bá máa ṣe fáfíríkà ìgbà tí ẹ wọ́n deport mi lè kú lọ́wọ́ lọ google ẹ̀ lọ ṣe research yẹn wọ́n deport anything deport ẹ̀rọ pariwo pé kìíní ní ọ́fíìsì tèmi ẹ̀ẹ̀mẹ́rin náà já ọ́fíìsì mi nígbà Biden ẹ̀ẹ̀mẹ́rin náà jábẹ̀ àwọn wèrè kówèrè tó kó wọlé wa Amẹ́ríkà lòun ò gbà kán gbégbó wá kán gbé kínní ẹ̀yin Nàìjíríà sọ pé ìbọ́dà yín ṣí sílẹ̀ Buhari ṣí sílẹ̀ ó kàn jẹ́ pé ikú tó pa Buhari ikú burúkú ni ó yẹ kó wà láyé báyìí kójú ẹ̀ máa rí bí ni.
I see this thing as gaslighting because when Jonathan was in office, Jonathan had to bring General Ihejirika, who gave Boko Haram hell. He was chasing them bumper to, in fact, it was Ihejirika that identified Sambisa Forest where he chased them into. Moses, what happened? Northern leader started writing petition against Jonathan, sending letter to ICC, to America, to everybody, that Jonathan want to do genocide, he want to retaliate what they did to them during the war. Is that not what happened here in Nigeria? For a people who wanted this thing to end, wouldn't you have encouraged Jonathan in what he was doing? Please, somebody should answer me.
Yes, I will.
Good, I'm coming. Please, I'm coming.
I will answer you.
Yes, I'm coming. Now, Jonathan had to withdraw Ihejirika, and the thing now escalated under Buhari. Again, listen, if these people meant well, why are they spreading from the whole north now? They are coming to the south. Initially, they told us it was herdsmen. They were looking for grazing. Now, the whole thing has spread all over Nigeria. Is there any state in Nigeria today that is not expressing this thing? So what's the meaning? They want us to believe in what they are doing, Abi. They want us to believe in terrorism so that we cannot live. Is that what you are telling me? No, tell me. So pampering these people is a no-no for me.
Okay.
They shouldn't spread this in all over Nigeria.
Let's have your response.
I think there is a miscommunication between North and the South. There's a missing gap. Ehejireka, we are there, we are here. Ehejireka, in fact, I had a lady from Maiduguri saying, it's over the news, that we prefer Boko Haram to what the army was doing in Maiduguri. They were killing innocent people. It was very merciless, killing innocent people. That's why the northern states was all united that this man must go. Because you see, you need to follow these things systematically, slowly, gently, just like treating a brain cancer. If you go in there with roughness, you will kill the patient. But you have to be very delicate, trying to extract the cancer from the normal cells gently and remove them. This is how these people have infiltrated the society. You can't come, even the bombs that was in United Nations, the one in 1st October Eagle, the one in Kaduna, the one in Jaji, the one in Kano, they are all done by a clandestine security, not by Boko Haram. Boko Haram don't have capacity for that.
Do you want these individuals, these clandestine security, as you call them, would you like to see them annihilated? Would you like to see them wiped out? Would you like to see those that are displacing Nigerians, those that are causing?
Let me tell you, it's there in our hadith. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, if I am alive, I will annihilate them. This word you used, annihilate them, because they are the most evil people created by God.
So what are we
These
talking?
terrorists.
So you would like to
It's
see
there.
them wiped out?
Yes.
ọkùnrin tó pè ń Gumi ṣe é rántí òun ló lọ ń bá wọn inú ń bí wọn sí àní wọ́n wà ní Arise News lọ́wọ́ wọ́n wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí àwọn Arẹwà ẹ wo owó burúkú tí Buhari gbé fún àwọn agbésùnmọ̀mí yẹn gbà yẹn Méjì Àlà now a ò dẹ̀ ní ìṣòro méjì tí ẹ̀gbọ́n bá dákẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ bá jẹ́ kí àwọn northern tán sọ pé àwọn born to rule tán jẹ́ kán manipulate ẹ tó o devolve power ìyà jẹ orúkọ á parẹ́ nínú ìwé ìtàn àwa gan a máa sọ fún ìrandíran wa ìrandíran wa kán máa gbé ìran ẹ̀ ṣépè ni tó o bá devolve tí Nàìjíríà tó o bá tó o ṣe ń tó yìí Hausa ò fẹ́ òun ló jẹ́ ká máa pààyàn sí ẹ lọ́rùn ẹ nǹkan tó fẹ́ dá sí ẹ lọ́rùn báyẹn gbọ́n wọn fẹ́ kó sí àwọn nìkan náà rò wípé dẹ́n tọ̀rọ̀ bá dẹ̀ wá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ́ kó ní kálukú lọ máa rúùlù region ẹ̀ wọ́n ti sọ yé ọmọ wọn wọ́n ti sọ dàlùmọ́jìrì wọ́n ti ba yé ọmọ wọn jẹ́.
Dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nabu.
Bí bàbá ẹ ṣe wà ń gbà yẹn tó pariwo ń gbà yẹn nílé tó wà sílé ẹ̀rẹ́ wọn tó kù yẹn ò rí wọ́n sùn wọ́n mọ̀ nǹkan tán ṣe.
Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti ń prọ́fìtì nínú gbogbo ìyà tó ń jẹ ọmọ Nàìjíríà yìí ẹ ní ṣe oríire. Àmín. Gbogbo ẹni tí tówó bá ti wọ àpò ẹ̀ indirectly and directly tó fi jẹ́ sọ́fánẹ́sì ọmọ Nàìjíríà yìí because ìyà yẹn ti wá dórí pé àwọn èèyàn ò lè ra oúnjẹ mọ́ 100,000 naira 1 week fún iná 1 week 100,000 tọ́kì tí mo polówó ń jọ sí pé 4,000 ó ti di 6,000 ẹyọ kan ẹni tó bá ti wá ń prọ́fìtì tó wó lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni prepaid 3 days ní now 3 days ṣé òǹgọ́là ń rà ń bí báyìí ẹ ní ṣoríire ọmọ yín ò ṣẹ̀mí ọmọ yín á ṣoríire but ọmọ yín ò bá wá ọ̀nà tó máa fi poison yín ògùn ló máa pa òun náà lágbára ọ̀nà ẹ ní orí burúkú ẹ máa ṣe ẹ máa rówó no problem ẹ máa rò pé ẹ wà ní fàájì but ìjọ tí kinní yẹn bá máa ta yín nídìí ẹ ní.
òun náà ni nígbà tí Kúnlé Afọláyan tó ń ṣẹ́ ìpè ńgbà yẹn ẹ ti gbàgbé èmi ní gbogbo ẹ̀ sí ákáìfù mi Trump ni wọn ò ní rówó ra rọ́ọ̀bù ẹ̀yin ẹ̀líìtì orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ẹ ní réjú ráàyè gbogbo nǹkan tí Trump fẹ́ ṣe ẹ ti mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin ló máa ta kánkán ẹ̀ á ta yín pa ni.
I'm in bitterness. Yesterday, they gathered at Sector 4. Dagomwe of Fan was there. Dagomwe of Riom, of Rock was there. The Fulani Hardos was there. And the Mieti Allah was there. I wasn't invited. somebody rushed to my house and said, please, there is something that is happening. I expected to see Dagom Ray of Haipan. He was not. I was surprised that I make a statement that inducted the soul. When it comes to Fulani issues, the security of this nation, they turn their face away. But when it comes to us, with their 2 eyes, with their whole ammunition, tanks, they will invade our village. That is a bias movement in the security. Look at me. I'm not going to keep quiet. I'm not different from these people that are here. I'm tired of Boria. I'm tired of Boria. We are tired. The chairman, RCC Hyper, is tired of Boria.
Hello, Nigerians. This is the time to be very happy, because our prayers will soon be answered if the United States Congress pass the bill, which possibly they're going to pass that bill introduced by Texas Senator, Republican Senator Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz should be a hero right now in Nigeria. Ted Cruz recently sponsored a bill which is co-sponsored by other senators, like the senator representing me right now, my own part of Oklahoma, Senator James Lankford, Republican, in the 119th Congress of the United States. Now, this bill, when passed, will officially designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern for the violations of religious freedom and, of course, freedom of ethnic minorities in Nigeria. Let me tell you something. It is not the designation of Nigeria as a CPC that is the biggest issue, that all these officials in government are making people look as if the United States is just trying to incite religious war in Nigeria, as if Nigeria was in a state of religious war. Nobody said Nigeria is in a religious war. We have harmonious relationship with our brothers, the Muslims, all of us. But there are Muslim terrorists operating in Nigeria and killing people, especially in Christian states. This is an incontrovertible fact. Now, these terrorists are being enabled by a lot of officials in government circles. If you remember the quote attributed to Abacha, who said, any insurgency that lasts more than 24 hours, it means the government has a hand in it. That is just the truth of the matter. United States, you need to sit down with United States senators, United States politicians and pressmen, especially those who belong to the African or Foreign Relations Committee of Chambers of the Congress. You get to understand your continent even more than yourself. These people are the same people who are exporting technology to us. Through this technology, they get so much information about us more than the way we know. That's the truth. These people have so much facts about Nigeria, and they are going to unleash it very soon. So now, Congressman Ted Cruz just introduced a bill in the Congress, in the Senate, in September. And that bill is titled Nigerian Religious Freedom Accountability Act. Its official title is S, that is Senate Bill 2747. Okay, now, let me tell you why Nigerian officials are very, very apprehensive of this bill. There's nothing that has ruffled the shoulders of Nigerian officials like the introduction of this bill. Nothing. It's not all about this foreign aid they are talking about, or the embargo on loans, etc. By the way, we've suffered so much embargo all around the world, but we don't feel it. The common man doesn't feel it. Even if there are loans, even there are aids given to Nigeria, we don't even feel it. So that is not an issue. It may be very hurting, but it's very secondary. The primary reason why Nigerian government officials are very, very scared of this bill, let me tell you. Section 2 of that bill says the president of the shall impose sanctions described in Executive Order 13818. That executive order was signed during Trump's first tenure in 2017. And that executive order postulates that the United States shall apply sanctions visa travel ban, freezing of assets, blocking of property of
Yes.
anybody who has been listed or identified in the report captured by that law. Now, these guys have the report. That report, they say, when that bill is enacted into law, within 90 days of the enactment of that bill, the Secretary of State shall pass to the Senate list of Nigerians involved in this crime in the last 10 years. It means that these people have the list of Nigerians involved in this crime. And now, let me tell you the section of Nigerians involved in this crime that the bill specifically listed. So, the bill specifically listed federal officials, which is the general name for the guys in the executive arm of Nigeria, the federal level, and the National Assembly, that's senators and House of Rep members. It says Nigerian judges, Nigerian governors, Nigerian law enforcement agents, those your generals, those your police, members of the security agents who have been involved in this crime. And now, let's understand their level of involvement in this crime. So the United States says you will be involved in this crime if at any point in time you promoted, you canvassed, you supported blasphemy laws, or you are even an advocate of it. That's the kind of law that made those urchins in Sokoto to murder that girl called Deborah Joseph some time ago, just so close to the Sultan of Sokoto's palace. So it means that the lives of the Sultan will be included in this. And many of these governors who adopted blasphemy laws in Nigeria. Now, that doesn't stop there. The section also gives room, also mentioned that government officials, that's governors, judges, senators, House of Rep members, who tolerated or were silent to acts of violence perpetrated by non-state actors, ISIS, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, and the rest. So under that law, these persons are deemed to be guilty. Like I said earlier, the United States have that report. They have the list of all this. And you know, it's very easy to get a list of these people in Nigeria. Dubai, some time ago, around 5 years ago, had that list. They convicted, they prosecuted and convicted those guys in the United Arab Emirates who's involved in terrorism in Nigeria, and send a corresponding list to Nigeria, which Nigerian government has slept upon. Recently, this year, the likes of Sheikh Gumi, when he went for Hajj in Saudi Arabia, he was deported at Jeddah International Airport immediately for terrorism. He was deported. So these international bodies, they have the names of all these people. They have a very long list of all your government officials, from your House of Reps to your House of Assembly to governors, to anybody involved in enabling it, in abating it, in aiding it, not just direct participation. They have the names of those who are completely involved, either directly or indirectly. Now, that is the reason why you guys are.
My brother, those who of us tá à ń gbìjà àwọn rubbish recently ṣé a ò gbàgbé tí wọ́n name APC gẹ́gẹ́ bí terrorist group, ẹ ti gbàgbé ni, kì í ṣe torí Tinubu leléyìí. Kí Tinubu tó débẹ̀ làwọn people ẹ rí bọ́n ṣe ń ṣe ní bí wèrè ni. Nígbà tí Buhari wà ńbẹ̀ ṣe rí wọn kán jáde ni. Má tẹ̀síwájú jọ. Go on, my brother. Go
That's
ahead.
the reason why you guys are apprehensive. But wait for it. Now, when this bill is enacted into law, the United States will, within 90 days, when Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, transmit that letter, they will freeze all the assets, all the properties, all the investment of all the Nigerians listed in that report. They will place a travel ban on them. Now, wait for it. A lot of people will think that the travel ban is only applicable to the United States, or the asset is only the assets of these politicians that is in the United States, like the Florida House of Assembly Minister they are talking about, or bank account of many of these other guys. No, wait for it. It's not just the United States. Now, in the United States, there is a law called the Magnitsky Act, which was passed in 2012. This Magnitsky Act is named after the event that happened in Russia when the tax lawyer Sergei Magnitsky was murdered by government officials. So the US now passed that act so that they could freeze the asset of all the Russians involved in it, freeze their property, freeze their investment, and everything related to them and their family. Now, it did not just stop in the US. Other countries now adopted that act and domiciled it. Remarkably, countries like the United Kingdom, Canada, European Union, and many other countries outside the European Union and in Europe. And these are the places Nigerians have a lot of assets. Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, UK, US, etc. So now, this country keyed into the position of the US and adopted what they call the Global Magnitsky Act. And so it means that this act has significant extraterritorial jurisdiction, not just in the United States. Even if you've never stepped your foot in the United States, but you do go to Ghana, you do go to, UK, countries of the European Union, Canada, and the likes, and you have your businesses in those places, you have bank account in those places. But wait for it, let me even tell you the grievous aspect of this. When we're given a CPC status, that's country of particular concern, and these our powerful men are given that designation of the Global Magnitsky, this is what will happen to them. So that Magnitsky designation is a powerful tool that will cut individuals off. This individual in that report, whose names are in that report, it will cut them off from US financial system. And by extension, that's the global financial system, because the US financial system dominates global financial system, more than 80% of it. Transaction in dollars and transaction via the US banks. Therefore, any transaction, any fund, any bank account, any property belonging to the sanctioned individuals or entity that touched the US financial system. For example, a dollar transaction of any kind cleared through an American bank, even if those properties are overseas in any country, will be blocked. So, there's that strong internetwork of the US financial system that's all over the world. It's just like a cobweb. Our guys like dollars. They like transacting in dollars. They like going to, anytime they're traveling, even if it is European Union, even if it's China, they first of all, convert it to dollars. And they use dollar cards, the Visa card, the MasterCard. So now that transaction will be blocked, will be frozen all over the world. So basically, gentlemen, that is why these guys are running helter-skelter. Preaching, buying slots on all the TV channels, all the radio channels, sponsoring groups to talk about the US attempt to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. It's for them. It's not for Nigeria. It's not for all of us. I am for this. And right now, tomorrow, on Tuesday rather, I'll be having a meeting with Senator James Langford. I have an appointment with him to promote this, to campaign on this, on why the US should never falter in her desire to see that we are a CPC, a country of particular concern. This nonsense will have to stop. The US will have to help us expose these people involved in these killings. And I end by re-quoting that statement from Abacha, attributed to Abacha, when he says, when insurgency lasts more than 24 hours, the government has a hand in it. That is the truth. The government has a hand. Different people in government, at the state, at the national level, has a hand in all these killings happening in Nigeria. In all the headsmen killing, Boko Haram killing, Lakurawa killing, all this killing. And that is why you could see, like headmen attack in Benue, for instance, you could see that they will be carrying out the attack in front of the soldiers and nothing will happen. The soldier will not release even a gunshot because of the government involvement. And anytime some of these people are arrested by local vigilantes and take them to the police or to the soldiers, the next day those guys are released. So the United States have a list of all those guys. But They need a statutory backing to release those lists. And that is why Senator Ted Cruz is now sponsoring that bill so that it will come into law. At that point, it has a legal backing. And that is why your officials, that your godfather, that your mentor in politics is scared because his name is included in that list. God will
That is
prevail.
right.
And
That is why they were scared. Fewer discretion. Àwọn tó ń parọ́ tán sọ pé wọn ò pààyàn. Bá rí ẹnikẹ́ni tó sọ pé nǹkan tí Trump ń ṣe yìí pé ó ń bí inú, wàá fayé lẹ̀ ni. Wàá fayé lẹ̀. Ọ̀dúndún yín ó máa sọ̀dẹ̀dẹ̀rọ̀. Mo tún padà bọ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin elite tẹ́ sọ pé ara ò ní rọ Nàìjíríà, ara ò ní rọ ẹ̀yin náà.